Okay, I'm going to talk about the Mobula7. I've been flying it for a week or two, and I can tell you now this is hands down the best whoop for the money. Maybe even just the best whoop in the 2S class. 2S means two lipos at once, and with that it has just ridiculous amounts of power. This is good because it's got the particularly useful is the camera angle can be adjusted, so you can put it down or up depending on whether you want to fly fast or slow, indoors or outside. Indoors I'll have it down a little bit, outside I'll have it as high as it'll go, which is about what you can see there, which is good enough for getting some good speed. It'll also, the big selling point is it'll fly on a single cell as well, so you can just put one in there, 1/450 say, and that gives you about 5 minutes. Good enough for indoors. Outside maybe a little bit slow. I like to fly it on 2S outside. Also, I particularly like flying indoors on a 250 mAh. A lot of you probably would think that's a bit silly, but on that it's fantastic. If you go and look at my other videos, there won't be any flying in this video, but I'll put a link to my other flying videos, and there's indoor ones and outside ones. On the indoor ones I fly on that. On the outside ones I fly on two of these. Flies just as well on these, but with the way these whoop connectors are fitted on these, it just makes it a lot easier to connect to your batteries, because this double connector thing is a little bit fiddly, I must admit, even though it works pretty well. Plenty of power there. It's got the built-in receiver, it's got 16,000 kV brushless motors. It comes with the spare props, screwdriver and a prop remover tool, and a 6-port charger, all for about £70, something like that. It varies, and it comes with 4 batteries. So that's two. So you get 2 flights as a 2S setup and 4 as a 1S setup. Get about 3 minutes on these. If you put the 450 in, you get 5. I prefer it just 3 minutes is fine on the 250s, and that works out really well. What else it got? It's got all your stuff you want. It's got your smart audio, telemetry, FR Sky telemetry. There's other versions like Fly Sky and DSMX, I think. I'm not sure actually, but yeah, I got the free sky version to go with my Taranis, and yeah, the power is just ridiculous. You take it outside. If you go and look at my garden flight videos, I can shoot up over my house in seconds and then dive back down again and through the pergola and that, and then put a 1S indoors and just poodle about, and still pretty quick. So yeah, the good sides is just outweigh the downsides, which is that some people have had the frame break quite easily. Mine hasn't, and I've crashed into the side of my house and fallen like 20-30 feet down onto the concrete drive and things, and nothing's broken. Whether that's just luck or I don't know, but definitely nothing's broken there so far. I may do yet. This little thing is just a bit fiddly really with your 2S setups. You could cut them out and put a band or something across there to hold a proper 2S in and change that connector. You could do that maybe. It's an option. And the other thing is, I mean, this antenna sticking out the top is possibly going to get ripped off, broken, I don't know. Some people have had trouble with that, I think, as well. But I've not had any problem with it. Yeah, so in short, it's the one to buy right now, without a doubt. There's Beta 75X and the 65X. They're good, powerful, but they have their problems. Don't get quite the same flight time as this. Washout is the other problem that the 65 and the 75 suffered from, which is where when you're going into a dive like this, you're coming down and you're sort of not quite on the throttle enough or something, and you'll just suddenly pull out of it, and then you'll go like that and fly backwards. This doesn't seem to suffer from that. Whether it's a slightly lighter the whole thing's slightly lighter and these ducts are slightly thinner than the 75X. But some people with the broken frames have changed over the frame to the 75X, no, to the 75 Pro, which gives you a bit more strength there. And still don't really get any washout problems, so I don't know, could be to do with the tune and things like that. But yeah, just go check out my flying videos, because this is definitely something to think about getting if you're thinking about a garden flyer. I would say if you're only going to fly indoors, a 2S Whoop is probably not really the thing to do. Some people will like it and get it anyway. If you've got a big indoors, it's okay, but otherwise I would just say just a normal 1S brushed Whoop is better for indoors. And if you're only ever going to fly in massive parks, huge open fields, then again this isn't what you want. Where this shines is in your garden, if you've got a reasonable sized garden, and in say a playground or shopping centres and things like that, somewhere where you've got a bit of space but you don't want to be bumping into people with a normal quad. Whereas this one, you don't want to be bumping into them, but if you do, it's not the end of the world, you're not really going to hurt them. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know what else to say really, apart from just get it. They're out of stock absolutely everywhere, so you probably won't be able to. But hopefully, you know, later on you'll be watching this video and you'll get it. Recommended batteries, the ones that come with it are fine. I would personally get these GNBs 250s or the 260s. I've just got the normal ones, but you can get them the HV ones. The 260 HV ones might give you a bit more time if you charge HV. The charger that comes with it, I'll just say a few things about it. You just plug in sort of any old sort of 12 volt power supply or a 2S, 3S lipo, and it's got 6 individual ports, all HV or normal, and they can be either 0.2 amps charging or 0.6 amps charging. So for these batteries I would go 0.2, and you could probably go 0.6 if you was in a rush, but it's not so good for your batteries. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it really. Yeah, just buy it if you are considering it, because it's an absolute bargain in my mind for what you get and how fast it is. Yeah, struggling to think what else to say, but I'm sure there's something I've missed. If there is, please put down in the comments below, like, subscribe and all that stuff. It does help me out. Now I'll just mention this little battery checker, because this is really very good. Very useful, because you don't want to be putting in a fully charged battery and a non-charged battery. When you've got a pocket full of them, you're going to struggle to sometimes know which is which. With this you can just plug it in and there you go, that one's fully charged, I know that one's okay, and I know that one's okay, so I can put them two in without worrying. But you might then have another one, try another one, and that one's okay, but that one's not. So if you put that one and a fully charged one in and flew it like that, it wouldn't last very long in the air, but more importantly it would destroy the lower lipo. That would just puff up, and that would be pretty much game over for that cell, or certainly damage its lifespan. But yeah, thanks very much then. Thanks very much for watching. Most of you probably will have only watched the first little bit anyway, but if you're still listening, like and subscribe, and I will try to get some more to review. And I want to review the Emax Tinyhawk and compare it to this, because I think that might be a little bit stronger, though nowhere near as fast, and a little bit more money. So I would just, I think your best bet is still going to be this one. Anyway, thanks very much then. Cheers, bye.